Hey everyone, welcome back to Dark Souls. We are in Darkroot Garden at the moment. We just killed Sif, got the cool ring from her, which we'll need to go to fight the Four Kings. And now we're going to go into the bottom of Darkroot Garden to fight the Hydra. The Hydra is not super dangerous to us at this point, I don't think. I mean, we can still die. It's in the lake at the bottom of the garden, and there's a couple of things we need to be aware of there. One is that we've got a ring that will help us in the water, so let's put that on before we forget. We're taking off the ring of steel protection. We're still wearing armour though, so it's not the end of the world. Here's another tree guy. What are these guys? They seem to be made of something. I don't know. Did that guy drop something? We missed it. Yeah, let's go and pick up his moss. We need the moss clumps for when we get to the area past Blight Town, the Demon Ruins. That's where we'll go next, I think, once we've done this bit. So in that lake is a boss that we could do with getting rid of. When we do, it should spawn us or give us access to the start of the DLC run. I've never completed the DLC because my first edition was the Prepare to Die edition or something like that. I can't remember. When I played it first time, I didn't have the DLC, and I haven't completed it yet, which is going to be fun for us because you get to see me fail at the DLC because it's really quite difficult. But what do we want to do? There's a couple of things we want to do first. One of them is unlock the bottom of this tower. There's a guy in there with a ring on that we might want from him. Worth having, I think, for the sake of being able to run and roll quicker. There's also a load of golems down there we've got to be careful of. Anybody following? Yeah, a couple following. Did we open that door? Okay. See how the golems stand up to the halberd now? Not bad at all. Right. Can cope with that. No, we haven't opened the door. It just looks weird on my screen. Watch our basement key, and he is behind this door. We could go toe to toe with him. I think we're going to have to. So he's got all that wicked stuff we found in the bottom of Arnold Londo. Nice. And if you've got the master key, you can get to him pretty quickly. Because you can open this tower, which goes all the way up to the Undead Berg. If you remember at the gargoyles, they had a locked door. Let's have a quick look at Havel's Ring. So Havel's Ring increases our equipment load quite considerably. So at the moment it's 79.2, and Havel's Ring will take it to 118.8. So once we've killed the Hydra, we'll be interested in wearing Havel's Ring, I think. Partly because, yeah, there we go. We'll go and unlock this door just for the sake of having it open. So there's a bit of a trade-off there. We were wearing the steel ring of steel protection, which will give us extra physical defense. However, with Havel's Ring, we can just wear heavier armor. Let's see where we are. We can just wear heavier armor and not worry about it, which is what we kind of want to do. because then that frees up our mobility as well. But for the time being, we want to carry on with the rusted iron ring, just for the sake of getting through this Hydra bit, because the Hydra's in a load of water, and if we're not mobile, we could have problems with it. We could have problems with it anyway, because it actually hits like a truck, if it hits you. You can probably just see it in the distance there, writhing around. It might even use its ranged attack against us if it sees us. I think we're just out of its aggro range, which is nice. But not by much. Let's get some of these golems out of the way. Right, 2 hits with the halberd is not bad at all for the golem. Bit of a run back. Alright, we can see it. See those splashes, those are going to cause us trouble. Is there something to collect up here? No, it's down there. While we're eating, as well as some of the pyromancies we've done. Right. So, this well in the water, there's a drop off. If we get too close to it, we'll just fall in the water. With the real, the ring on. You have a look. Yeah, there it is. Up half. I was like, you know, you can fall in the water. And that was us falling in the water. Anyway. Stupid. Let's get back to it. Quick run back. A little bit less complacency from us would be nice. Part of the problem with Darkroot is the early bit is fairly low level, so now we're just storming through this bit. You got a bit of a false sense of security going on. Whereas the game is still just as dangerous, especially the environment. Environment kills are still up there. Instant kills from falling through the map are still going to be there. We might even be able to see our bloodstain from here, because the game does have quite a long render distance for things like that. Obscured by the trees, perhaps. Anyway, not to worry. Just got to remember that there's a certain amount of water that we can traverse, and then it stops. If you play online, there's usually loads of messages on the floor telling you where you can and can't go, and they just kind of trail off where you can't go. You just don't get the messages, so you can use that to judge it. We're not playing online though, so we don't have that luxury. It's fine. This thing knows we're here now, so it might start shooting at us early. Oh, there's our stuff. Ah, you hit us anyway, mate. What? Right, there we go. If I remember right, these guys might drop us some titanite or something. I forget. Nice. You come this way, please. This one. Oh yeah, there we go. Sneak peek for later. Next series. Indie games that we'll have a crack of. Right, let's go and get ourselves. See, it hits hard. Look. Should be rolling. Once we got close enough, it should start doing its actual physical attacks. And so we just start swinging. Boss is one of those that kind of gets a little bit easier the more you deal with it, which is a bit stupid. Only got one head left. It comes right through. Very annoying. Got all of it. That's all of it. Nice. Dragon scale and dust crown ring. So what we want to do now is we can go back to a bonfire and a summon sign will be here. In fact, we're not going to hit the bonfire first. There's one nearby, so let's go and get that. I think the intention is for you to kill the Hydra pretty early, to be honest, because you don't get hardly any souls for it. There's another one in Ash Lake. So if you remember when we found that tree in Blight Town, if we go all the way down that tree, which we still could for shits and giggles, then we'll find another Hydra that we can fight on a different beach. That's an entirely optional area though, there's no real point in going down there. For most purposes, it's not worth us going down there. I'm pretty sure we've got to rest at the bonfire first, before the stuff we want to get appears. So let's just go and test that hypothesis. If not, I don't know what. If not, I'll look it up and we'll find out. So there is a few things we need to do first. So there'll be another golem that appears behind where the Hydra was in a little kind of, I don't know what you'd call it. If it was a road, it would be a cul-de-sac. It's just like a little, I don't know what it's called. If you know what the kind of river is called when a river kind of just stops, or a little lake kind of goes off to the side or whatever, let me know. Because sloppy work. Let's have another crack at that. Also sloppy work. Should be rolling when we're about to get hit, not when the wind-up occurs. Oh yeah, dusk isn't, the thing's not going to appear until we rescue it. So yeah, what we want to do is we want to go around the river. Is that a culvert? You can usually see where the floor here ends. We don't have a lot of it, but we do have some. So long as we open the wall, we shouldn't have any real problem with water. We should be able to see the edge of the thunder. Where is it? Is it near the front? Is that it? That shiny. Anyway, we're pretty safe in here. This is what we're after. Oh, I got greedy. There we go. Ooh, there she is.
So, it is thou who rescueth me. Most gracious, I am deeply obliged. I am dust of Ulyssil. I cometh from an age long before thine. I cannot stay here for long. So, before I disappear, allow me to ask one thing. My home, Ulyssil, is the home of ancient sorceries. My hope is to pass this profound knowledge to thee. Would this be a...
Yeah, let's have it.
My heart, then thou art in need. It seems that not...
So, Dusk is quite unique in some respects, or in a lot of respects. So what we need to do is, now we need to find a thing in the Duke's archives that opens a portal here. Half of a necklace, I think. Anyway, so yeah, Dusk is pretty unique in terms of NPCs, in that you can summon her, but she doesn't fight. She's actually a shop. And we can summon her near this fight. As well, if we wanted to, we could go up that ladder, and we'd end up near the area that we had to pay to get into for the Sith fight. We end up at the other end of that. We have to fight some interesting characters to do that. Oh, is there some sign down here, or do I have to come back to the area for that? I think I've got to come back. That's fine. Right, where are we going now? First things first, let's take off this wood grain ring, or a rusted iron ring even. Let's put on a Havel ring. Still not fast rolling. What the hell? How did we get it? Nothing. Right, where do we want to go? It doesn't matter, because we can walk. So long as we've got a bonfire. It doesn't matter where we go. So the nearest one I think is actually Undead Berg. We'll just chuck an Estus down because you never know. So if we get up to Undead Berg, there's the bonfire in the tower here that we got 1,000,000 years ago. And we might just have enough for a level if we kill some dudes on the way. Did we kill the knight in here? I don't know if we did. We'll have a look. I think we did. I think we were really cowardly about it as well, if I remember right. Nice! 3 on a match. Oh, soldier helm. Yeah, he's dead. Cool. Oh, and there was another one at the top of that tower we could go and investigate. In here if I'm going to do this particular. It's not going to do it by helping. Handful of souls won't do it. Where do we want to go? So Firelink Shrine is the Firelink Shrine. Anor Londo is the top of Anor Londo. Chamber of the Princess is the... Oh, did we not sit at the bonfire? I think we didn't sit at the bonfire for the Fair Maiden, which means we need to get to Blight Town again. Ugh. Right. Quickest way to Blight Town will be Firelink Shrine. How are we getting Blight Town? This way. Is there anything useful?
I'll be heading to nothing. No.
Okay. So we're going to go and do the Demon Ruins first. There's 2 reasons for that. One is we have to do it anyway. And the second is it's not a skill check area or a DPS check area. It's kind of... well, I guess some of it is. But some of it is pretty kind of unremarkable. The reason for that is this half of the game was done under kind of crunch development, is my understanding. And they had to rush it a little bit. And so some of the stuff in the second half of the game is a little bit less polished. Oh, we could also go into here. Do we want to go into New Londo? Fight the ghosts? Not really. Anyway. Am I in the right? No, I'm not. Am I? Yeah, I am. Okay. We're going to go to Blight Town. We want to get some of the stuff from there. If I remember right, there's an ember that we want that's in the lava. We saw at the bottom of, or at least at the top of the Demon Ruins. So that's where we want to go. Demon Ruins and the Lost Izalith. We want to be human for it if we can. because there is a... Nice. Stupid! There's a guy in the Demon Ruins who attacked us in the depths. He was covered in the armour of thorns, etc. He's actually kind of cool. Still not doing tons of damage against these lads. Anyway, get the dung pie. Yeah, we want his armour because I think it's cool. And he won't invade us if we're not human. So when we get to the bottom of Blight Town, or indeed the top of the Demon Ruins, we'll change to human form. And we've got to kill the Ceaseless Discharge, which is the source of the lava in the Demon Ruins. Or at least the source of some of the lava. Because it doesn't go away completely when you kill them. Oh, this is really good, those flies that were hard to hit with this. So let's just chuck on the barbed straight sword that had a good weapon arc that we could use to get the flies. Not that we're going to be down here for. Nice. Kills these lads. But what I don't want to do is be like harassed by flies and get stuck on flies. So, ooh, Achiever of the East is here. Nice. You remember last time we got into the Cat Covenant, and I said there'd be a merchant down in Blight Town for it. We can go as well.
Hello again. Strange to meet away from the clan and the forest. But while you are here, I love collect and you know.
So I can buy weapons from him. Flamberge. Oh, hang on a second. Sorry, mate.
We meet.
Flamberge, which is cool. It's a curved greatsword, I think it is. Yeah, and Demon Great Machete, which is the one that goes that the Capra Demon had. I think that was kind of cool. No particular magic, it just does a load of damage. And it doesn't do that much damage, I don't think. In fact, maybe it does if we two-handed, because it needs a 40 strength to wield Shotel. Uji Katana, the Washing Pole, these are dex weapons, they're pretty cool. I'm not massively fond of the weapon arcs on them, so we won't be getting this time. Demon's Great Axe is the one that the Taurus Demon had. 46 strength is asking a lot. And the claws, which I think are kind of cool. They don't do an awful lot. And the Demon Spear from the Anno Lando Demons. How much of that is 1500? A little bit more than that, we're going to spend on that. And then the Wood Grain Ring, which is useful if you've got like the katanas and what have you, because they have very low durability. But we don't want any of that. That's fine. Something we should have done the first time round, like that. Just run like normal through this stuff. These guys are really just the same trolls as upstairs. So instead of with a club, they've got a massive rock that they'll throw at us. You can kill them if you like. I'm not that bothered. So I'm not going to be tangling them. I want the main. Now we've got tons of health, we can actually afford to just heal through this poison until we get to the bonfire. We don't have to worry about Queelite because we killed it. Lamau. Since we're not doing the Covenant with her sister, we could probably kill her sister as well. That would be pretty funny. But we're not going to. Or are we? Should we? Oh, it's such a long run back. Is that going to kill us if we drop down there? So, Demon Ruins, here we go. Oh, look at our low poly goodness. I think we're going to go and kill her. Though we'll lose this bonfire, which we never sat at anyway, so it doesn't really matter. No, I'm not worried about the Covenant. In fact, maybe I get the achievement for it. I don't know. I wasn't getting the achievements for joining Covenants earlier. Great Chaos Fire. Nice. Alright, maybe we'll put that on. Oh, that takes up 2 slots. Let's... let's work this out. Power within and Great Chaos Fireball. So this one, say what it does. Dude, just work it out, yeah. Great Chaos Fireball. Cool. So we've got Fire Within and a Great Chaos Fireball. I'll look and see what this does. I don't think I've ever bothered equipping this. 4 uses. Pretty sick. Decent casting speed. Oh, and it adds lava. Interesting. I think that could be handy for some situations. And I think we can probably afford a level. This is the one that we're going for. Use the twin humanities and that would give us 2 humanity off the bat. Use a hollowing because we want that guy to invade us. We have to kill the discharge first, which is a little annoying, but whatever. There's 2 ways to kill the discharge. We can see its arms rising up over the thing. One is we can cheese it. 2-4, come on, man. Levels are getting expensive now. Resources is giving us. What are we going to do? We're going to put an extra in strength. Because I'd like to be able to effectively wield those demon weapons at some point. So on those stairs where that Capra demon is where our guy is going to invade us. We're going to go through here and attack that. There's a couple of things we can do with it. One is we can bait it out to chase us. And if we do that, it will chase us for a start. And second, it will kind of get itself wedged on this ledge here. Instead of actually fighting us, it'll jump and it'll break itself, which is intentional. The devs have left that in. It's not even left in, it's something animated for, so it's something they wanted to happen. so part of me is tempted to put on lighter armor. But I'm not going to run very quickly anyway, to be honest. You know what? We ball. I can't get the cheese to work every time either, which is a little frustrating. Because this guy does quite a lot of damage on his own if he can hit you. So we might go toe-to-toe with him. Because that might be funny. Instead of just cheesing him. See him here, so we want to do a bit of a run back, or we could fight him in this arena. I think we're going to go for the cheese, to be honest. He's passive until you either attack him. Oh, look at this guy. You attack him, or you can loot what he believes to be his dead sister. Oh, what are we going to do? Take this stuff. Nugget! Okay, so he's got a few attacks, but the ones that he's actually going to do. Run all the way back to the start. Just follow this. Fashion Police Squad is the next one on the list. So you can't actually get us from there. And he has to. Oh, I can get us from that there. So he has to shoot. And now we can't attack. So what happens is he falls down. See you later, discharge. But all this lava goes away fairly quickly. Not all of it though, but a lot of it. And now it's safe to traverse down there to an extent, and what we want is one, there's an ember down there that we need for making this weapon heavier, or stronger that is. But now the other problem is that the lava is full of Taurus demons, which is a little annoying. And this area is the kind of area in the game that gets a little bit lazy, which is annoying because the consensus is, of course, that you don't have to keep putting a load of early boss enemies into an area to make it difficult. They could have probably looked at designing something else to live there, or another type of demon, or just changed this from being a fairly flat landscape into something more interesting than 6 Taurus demons. You know? That being said, everyone's a critic, and you make do with what you've got. So these Taurus demons are just like the ones. There we go, another one I've been buying today. These ones are just like the ones we faced on the bridge. I don't think they're as strong. They do just as much damage, but I think we've increased our power exponentially at this point. Those things are the things we want, those little soul items. Oh, it wasn't 6 tourist demons, it's 8. Even better. You get damaged by the lava. That was sloppy. It's just 8 tanks. Great. Tell you what. We got some gold pine resin. We can apply to this. Hopefully make our job a little bit easier. Because if you remember, the thing was allergic, not allergic, vulnerable to electricity. Mining. Oh, we pulled 4 of them. I imagine that being a problem. Oh, this was a mistake. Yeah, that was a mistake. And we had a good run of that. Anyway, we're going to leave it there for this episode. Thank you for watching. We'll come back to that when I've got a bit more patience for it. Take it easy.